Yo, are you that guy in solo queue who's constantly not able to remember his lineups for where you gotta throw a smoke? Are you the teammate that's like, yeah guys, I got jungle smoke, for it to end up fucking up there somehow? Alright, the very first thing you need to do, you don't have it enabled already, make sure you have your developer console enabled. To do that, just go to your settings, hit the game tab, and at the very top it'll say enable developer console. Hit yes. If you don't know what the key binding is, click this. Should be tilde by default. This is how you open the console. Alright, after that you're actually going to want to alt tab out of Counter-Strike and go to your Steam library. From here, right click on CS2, go to properties, installed files, and then browse the installation. From here, go to the game folder, CSGO, and CFG. And now you're going to make a new text document. Text document, I'm going to personally just name it smokes. You can name it whatever you want. Now at the very end of it, you'll see it says .txt. If you're able to, remove that and change it to .cfg. You should get a pop-up that asks you if you want to change the file type extension, and just hit yes. If you don't get anything like that and under the type it still says that it's a .txt file and not a CFG, you can right click on the file itself and go to show more options, properties, and then right here you should be able to change the extension from a .txt to a .cfg, and close it, and you'll get another pop-up that asks you if you want to change the file extension. Hit yes. You should be good. Alright, now that you have the CFG file made, open it up and look in the description of this video. I'm going to leave a little template here. Copy and paste that in here. I know it's going to look a little bit confusing at first, but I'll explain everything as it goes. So first things first, you're going to have two binds here. One of them is going to teleport you to each of your smoke locations, and the next one is going to swap your smokes for whatever location you want or between maps. Feel free to change F8 or F9 to any other keys you want to use as well. The next part of this is just an alias that's going to swap your smoke locations. So say if you want to swap between smokes on Ancient and Mirage, this is how you're going to do that. And then each of these individual lines here are going to be your smokes for whatever bomb site or whatever map you want to have. I'm going to rechange the name for some of these aliases on where you want your smokes to be. So for this I'm going to do Mirage_A. You don't want to have any spaces in aliases, so anywhere that you want to have a space, just replace it with an undercase, and just easier to type in all lowercase as well while you're doing this. From here I'm just going to replace everywhere you can see with 4 asterisks, just with Mirage_A, just copying and pasting. And here where these percent signs is where you can put the names of whatever smoke locations you want to do. So I'm going to have A smokes for jungle, A smoke for stairs, and I actually need one more smoke, so I'm going to copy and paste this. I'm going to change it to CT. The very first line as well at the top here, you want to change to whatever your very first smoke is going to be. So this is smoke jungle. I'm going to change the percents there to jungle. So the way that these aliases work is this Mirage jungle smoke here goes into this, which is going to be a set pause command, and then sets the alias of this to be equal to the next smoke in the chain, which would be stairs. So I will go to these percents, change that to stairs. The easiest way is, as it looks like, stairs. Just go from here to here. Okay, that's next. CT is here, so I'll put CT here. And then the very last one will go back to what the first one is. So the first smoke is a jungle, so I can create that jungle. Next up, go back in game and get into the locations for where your smokes are going to be. So I'm going to do my jungle smoke. I do it lined up against this doorway, and then aim at these coils right here. Aim at where you're going to be and stand exactly where you need to be. Now you're going to open up your console with whatever key it was earlier. It should be tilde. You're going to type in this command, getpos_exact. Okay, I just realized during editing, do not use the command getpos_exact. It will not set your angles properly. Use the command just getpos. Use this. This is the one you need to use. This will leave a line in your console exactly what location and angle you need for the smoke lineup, and you're going to copy paste that entirely. Alright, once you have the set pause command copied to your clipboard, go back to the text document, and where the 4 hashtags or number signs are, Control V over that and replace that. And this will be a command that teleports you to your lineup. Now I'm gonna do the exact same thing real quick for my stairs. Exact same thing now for the CT smoke. Alright, now that I have all my Mirage A smokes finished, I'm gonna go up here to my original binds. This very first one, I'm gonna take my Mirage A and change that out. This is just gonna be what it starts on when my alias is booted up for Mirage smokes, but it doesn't really matter since you're gonna be able to cycle through your smokes. Next, I'm gonna go to the smoke teleport bind swapper here, and I'm gonna go to this very first line and change that as well to Mirage A smokes. And then afterwards, at the end of this line where these 4 money signs are, this is just gonna execute a chat command that says in chat what smokes you have loaded. So this line loads your Mirage smokes. I'm gonna say Mirage A smokes, and then I'm also gonna add on regular left click jump throw just so that I know what type of smokes I'm throwing. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is do all of the same steps for making Mirage B smokes on this second line. Alright, I only decided to add 2 B smokes here. And with this, I'm going to add this one into my smoke swapper now. So we'll go here and change this to Mirage_B smokes. And then at the end for the chat command, I will say Mirage B smokes and the exact same thing I put last time. So you have lineup saved for one map. Say you want to add one more map. It's not very hard at all. You just copy and paste exactly what you've already done. You can see I pretty much just copied what I've already done for some ancient B smokes for short and long now. And now the only thing is I need to add it to my smoke bind swapper. For this, I'm just going to copy and paste and do one more line. So you already have locations 1, 2. We'll have to make this 3. And the second line loops back into the first line, so I'll have to make this 3 now. And everything should go 1, 2, 3, and 2, 3, 1. Here as well in the smoke TP locations 3, I'm gonna need to make sure I put ancient B smokes, and I will also change the chat bind. Once you feel as though you have everything listed, at least for your first map, you can save the document. Now if you did everything properly, you should be able to alt tab back into game and open up your console and type in exec space whatever you named your config file. I named mine smokes, you probably did the same. And as you'll see, once I exec the config, it rebinded F8 and F9 to commands I needed for my aliases. From here, I'll click F9, and as you can see in chat, it says Mirage A smokes, regular left click jump throw. So I'll press F8. And here we are, it puts me into my smoke locations. I keep pressing F8 now, it'll cycle through all of my smoke locations. So here we go, I'll just throw them all in a row. Now as well, I had the B site smoke, so I can press F9 again. It says Mirage B smokes. And here we are, press F8, throw both of them. I also had ancient smokes on this as well, so I can load up ancient B smokes, but if I press F8, this is not going to be doing anything because we aren't on ancient. So let me change the map to ancient real quick. Now that I'm on ancient, let me press F8, and as you can see, it will put me in this lineups I need for short and long. Me personally, I don't really use this too much for saving side execute smokes and stuff like that. I mainly have used this for learning instas. So here we are, I have every single one of the insta elbow smoke saved here. So throw it from there, throw it from this one. I have these instas for Mirage insta windows, insta top mid, ancient elbows, Inferno insta smokes. I have train insta smokes. This is how I learned most of the insta smokes, and whenever I forget some of the instas, I'll just come back to throwing them like this because it's a very easy way to learn. Y'all want a full video over all my Insta-Smoke config files? I can also show y'all my entire practice CFG here. Has all of these things listed here. If anyone's interested in general, I could do another video over my entire practice config, which has a lot of this useful stuff. It even has where smoke spots with angles and without angles, so I can load into instas with the angle, and then here how I would be in a regular game without the spawn. I could practice instas. So there's a lot to it. If you guys want another video, leave a like and subscribe. I'll probably post it soon, so subscribe if you want to make sure you don't miss out on it. Peace.